Everyone talks about sound design, but no one shows you how to do it from start to finish. Today, I will reveal my 3-layer system that will make any reel sound cinematic. Here is what the final result will look like. In step 1, we'll add all the attention or the motion sounds like whoosh, swoosh, transitions, impact, and the risers. Let's get started. So firstly, coming over here in Premiere, we'll start pressing all our motion sounds. So we have to observe over here. Whatever is happening on the screen, we have to just follow that. See, in the beginning, we are zooming in. See like this. See, this is the hook of the reel. This is the most crucial 3 seconds that is going to capture the viewer. So you have to add a sound effect that is impactful and also scroll stopping. So for that, I have the best one, which is the repulsor. I will show you. Coming over here, let me add the repulsor. Let's drag and drop it over here. Go into the properties. Click on the clip. Let's reduce the volume a bit. We don't want it so loud. Also, fade it a bit at the beginning. Let's hear this. Nice. Now let's observe the next. After this, we are shifting to the right. For that, let's add one whoosh over here. And let's drag and drop it over here. Again, let's decrease the volume a bit. You have one more option. From over here, in the essential sounds, in the presets, you can also play around with these options. Like you have the option of only playing it from the left or only playing it from the right. Right now, I am fine with this. Only just keep it maybe at around -4, -6. Perfect. Next, we have one more motion happening over here in the background. But we'll cover that in our step 2. For now, we're only focusing on the motion sounds. So we'll majorly add the whooshes and the swooshes. So next, we have the motion over here, where the image is morphing into a circle like this. By the way, I have provided all these effects to you in the description, so make sure to download them if you want to follow alongside me. Let's add the next effect somewhere over here. Let's hear this. Nice. Let's decrease the volume a bit for this as well. Looks fine. Let's cut the layers. Let's go ahead. See again now, when you're transitioning over here, from this scene to here, I want to add one more sound. So let's search for whoosh velocity. It's a nice sound. Let's drag and drop it over here. Let's fade it a bit at the beginning, like this. Okay. Let's hear this. Maybe somewhere a little ahead. Perfect. At the exact same point, we're also going to add a camera shutter. But we'll do that in our layer 2. For now, we'll just play around with the whoosh. In fact, in order to keep it clean, I'll keep this above. So our track 1 and track 2 will be for motion sounds, and our track 3 and 4 will be for next step. So let's move ahead. Next over here, when this transition is happening, I want this transition to be impactful. So for that, we're going to do something called as effect stacking. So in this, we'll add 2 or 3 effects on top of each other. So firstly, we'll add a whoosh end. Let's drag and drop it over here. Let's firstly place it properly. Okay, somewhere over here. Okay. Now just below this, we'll also add the riser. For that, just search for riser. Drag and drop the cinematic riser over here. Let's crop it a little bit earlier. Let's click on this. Decrease the volume. Okay, let me hear this. Okay, now we'll need to place it a little earlier. Because see what's happening, at this point, the tension starts building. Nice. This is perfect, right? In fact, we can do one thing. What is before this point, we can crop it and then fill it like this. Nice. Now at the exact same point, we are going to add a few more realistic effects in our step 2. For now, we are just building our base. Nice. I'm just going to clean it up a bit. Cut the unwanted layers. Let's see this. Okay. Now at the point where this is going up, I want to add a smooth whoosh. Let's search for this. Yeah, smooth whoosh. Let's see. Yeah, nice. I'll just reduce the volume again. I don't want it too loud. Perfect. Again, now when it's shifting to left, I want to add one more swoosh. This time we're going to add a simple swoosh. This one. Just place it over here. Just play around with the volume. Nice. Paste a copy of this or pressing on option and again drag it to the left. Let's see. Okay, now little ahead. Nice. Perfect. I think we have pretty much added everything that was required in our step 1. Now let's move on to step 2 of the method, in which we are going to add the reality sounds, or also called as the Foley sounds. These are the sounds which add a realism to our reels. Examples of this is the typing sounds, pen drop, a flash, or even a slicing sound. Now let's see how we can add them. Let's go to the start. This is going to be very interesting for the beginners. So at the beginning, for this text, we are going to add a number counter. It's also called as the digital counter. Let's search for this. Yeah, perfect. This one. We'll do one thing. We'll add one more track over here. Then drag and drop it over here. Let's see. Nice. Let's cut it over here. delete, fade it from both the sides, and reduce the volume. Perfect. Nice. I want to change the color of this and keep it as violet. Perfect. Now again, when this cut is happening, we want to add a realistic effect. So for that, we have this blade cut. Let's drop it over here. See, but this is happening too fast. So in order to manipulate the sound, we are going to keep it again super simple. Just play around with the speed. So it was 100. We're just going to keep it at 75. Perfect. Again, reduce the sound. Okay. Maybe somewhere over here. Nice. I didn't change the label. Next, when this text is coming in, I want to add a mouse click effect. So again, let's search for mouse click. Let's drag and drop it over here. Okay. We can trim it. Let me in fact zoom in a bit. The first one will be over here. Let's drop it here. Let's trim it on the right. Now let's take a copy of this by pressing Option and drag it to the right. Here is. Okay, perfect. Let's take 2 more copies. Nice. Let's select all. Coming over here in the custom, I want to make sure that the sound is distant. Nice. So it's very subtle and in the background. So right click. Again, I'm going to keep it violet. Nice. Let's move it. Well, again, this text is coming in from search bowls. I want to add a sound effect. Let's see. Okay, little earlier. Okay, somewhere over here, 4 seconds. See, my goal is to show you as many different effects as possible, so you have n number of ideas when you start creating reels of your own. So we can add the pen click over here. Let's go to the right. Let's see. Okay, let's cut it. Let's take 2 copies of this. Hold Option. Place one over here. Let's see. Okay, let's cut it a bit. Take 1 more copy and keep it over here. Nice. And from over here, I want to choose the preset as make medium short. Nice. Next, when the transition is happening, let's add a camera flash. So for that, let's search for camera flash. Perfect. This one. It's too loud. Let's release the volume. Trim it like this. Somewhere over here. You have to start it at this point. Nice. Let's quickly change the color so that it's easily recognizable. Same thing for these. Select all of them and just keep it as violet. Perfect. Let's move ahead. See, again over here, when this is slicing, let's add the still blade effect. Let's drag and drop it over here. I think somewhere over here. Let's keep it on this layer. It should come here. Okay, like this. Let's see. Perfect. Next, it's quite simple. When these are transitioning, let's add the shutter effects. So for that, let's search for shutter. Let's drag and drop it over here. Let's see. Perfect. Let's take a copy of this by pressing on Option and keep it over here. Second will be over here. And again, third one, we're going to keep it over here. Okay, let's have a look. No, this is too fast. This one should be over here. The last one is somewhere over here. Nice. And finally, when this transition is happening, let's add 1 more shutter. Let's again drop it over here. Let's see. Perfect. It looks fine. And again, when this text is coming up, let's add the digital counter, which we added at the beginning. Let's search for digital counter. Let's cut. We don't want it so much. Okay, let's see. Perfect. Again, here. Over here, we can add the gear sum. See, it fits perfectly here. Nice, right? Let's increase the volume. Select both the clips. I want to keep it structured, so let's keep it as violet. So I think we are pretty much done with our step 2. Now finally coming to step 3. In this, we are going to add the ambient or the emotion sounds. These are the sounds which completely make or break your reel. In this case, I want the sound to be fast paced. So I have these beats. Let's make 1 more track over here. Coming to the beginning. Let's see what you have created till now, so you can easily understand the before and after. Perfect. Still the beats are missing. So let's go over here. Let's add the beats. Decrease the volume. See, the volume for this should be very low, in the range of maybe like -25 to -30. For now, let's keep the clip volume as 27. But let's play this. Perfect. This completely changes the feel of the reel, right? Now let's have a quick look at our final result. That's it guys, I really hope you learned something new from this tutorial. I keep posting videos like this every alternate days. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will catch you next time.